Hello friends. Welcome back to the Agostinho Zinga show with me, your host, Agostinho Zinga, and this is episode number 237, Dos Tres Siete. How you guys doing? How you feeling? Good. Hope you guys are well. It's early in the morning, so I'll keep my voice down before I head off to work, but hope you guys are okay. And how am I doing? Amazing. Thank you for asking. As you can see, I'm dressed and ready to go. But before I quickly get in a little quick podcast before I quickly head off. So, hope you guys are strapped in with that malarkey. I love saying all that malarkey. I've noticed in my recordings when I've been clipping some of the clips I put up on my YouTube channel. You should check out. If you listen to the podcast app, check out my YouTube channel. I post all the little clips from the podcast on there. You can see this funny stuff that I mentioned, the non-funny stuff, the topics that I mentioned. If you don't want to listen to the whole hour, because I haven't really earned your respect for me to, I haven't earned the right for you to listen to me for 1 hour. So if you don't want to listen to me for 1 hour, if you want to listen to me for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 minutes, check out my YouTube channel, which is Agostinho Zinga. Check that out on YouTube. You'll find me there. Pretty easy. Clips channel. I'll link it in the bio for you guys to check it out. I've got a whole playlist of all the clips I put on there, and you guys can see them. But yeah, I've noticed I say all that malarkey quite often. So I'm trying to stop that. I'm trying to stop my ums. I'm trying to stop my swallowings and my sniffs. But, you know, what can you do in that regard? I think, you know, I had the nasal polyp surgery a long time ago, maybe not 4 years ago. And it finally got rid of some of my sinus issues. But obviously over time with allergies and other stuff popping up out of the woodwork, it kind of has reared its ugly head. But for the most part, I'm always snipping a tad here and there, but it's not as nasally as it was before in the past. Listen to some of my older episodes, you hear my voice talking like that. I mean, super hard nasal issues, but now I think I sound a lot better. And also when I sniff in, as you can tell, if you watching the video, my nostrils actually go in. Back in the day when I had nasal polyps, I couldn't. You know that's the first thing I noticed when I got my surgery. When I sniffed inwards, when I sniffed. When I inhaled, inhales your mouth, when I sniffed or whatever it may be, my nostrils actually sucked in because the air was coming in. Previously, that didn't happen because you don't need that. Do you know what I mean? So it's all well and good. I'm alright. I'm okay. I'm fine. I'll be alright. Don't worry, guys. Don't call an ambulance. Don't call the police. I'll be fine. Well, if you're in America, definitely don't call the police on me, mate, to check if I'm alright. Because 1 minute I'm alright. 1 minute I'm having a bowl of ice cream watching Law and Order SVU. Next minute I'm getting popped in my head. Do you know what I mean? Sitting in your own house. Imagine getting shot in your own house, right? Do you know what I mean? By police officers. I always imagine, this is a really macabre way of looking at it, but I always imagine when I die that I have a good outfit on, right? I don't want to die with a shit outfit because you just look like you look horrible. Imagine imagine if they shoot me at home. I haven't moisturized the bottom half of my body. I've just about moisturized my face, my neck, and my arms because I'm wearing a t-shirt. I'm probably wearing boxer shorts that I shouldn't be wearing on that day because they've been probably past their sell by date. I probably stink. I probably haven't had a haircut. All these things. There's probably some shit playing in the background that I don't want anyone to hear that I'm listening to. There's all this horrible macabre shit. I probably got a fridge full of nothing, right? I probably got a fridge full of spinach, a couple slices of Edam cheese, and that's it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just gonna look so sad. People come in and say, "Oh my god, this guy died like this." Like, I just look awful. I want to die on payday, yeah? When I got my hair cut, I think I look like Chris Brown and shit. You know what I mean? I got my best outfit on because I'm about to go Shoreditch or something. I mean, I want to die on point. I don't want to die fucked up. But yeah, probably a bad way to say the joke. But hey, you know what? It's a good joke. I find it funny. So if you're not going to laugh, jump on, jump away. But yeah, here we are, man. Back in the hot seat. Let's jump in some topics. I got some grapes that I'm not going to eat in the mic because I know how annoying that is. But let's get into topics. Let's go. What have I got here on my list? Okay, number one topic to talk about. Kanye West is not happy with Kim Kardashian because she dresses too sexy. I know, super funny, isn't it? Kanye's lost the plot, man. Kanye's lost the plot. I'm a big fan of his. I've got, I listen to most of his music, if not all of his music. I even listened to the previous fucking album that was complete dog shit. But it's quite autobiographical. It seemed like he turned a new leaf and he was heading in a new direction. Then he went on all that Trump shit, which again I don't have a problem with. I don't care about my political leanings. I think it's the artists are fair. Artists are allowed to go whichever way they want to go in life, even musically, even with their way they view the world. I'm okay with it. I just think it's up to us as fans to decide whether or not we want to carry on their journey. But we shouldn't dictate whether or not they should do the thing. They're allowed to grow. They're allowed to get older. Do your thing, no problem. But it's just the lack of care and attention he took when he came out saying the things that he said. He didn't take any consideration of just how sensitive the subject was in America. He didn't really seem like he read up on anything. He didn't seem like he was knowledgeable of the facts. He was just, you know, that thing that someone does. I remember someone accusing a former friend of mine who I don't really speak to anymore, but someone I remember mentioned something to this former friend that was like, wow, that must have stung. That former friend was going through like a bit of an awakening, a bit of some self-help stuff, some motivation, some direction in that person's life. And their friends basically said, "Oh, I don't know what you're." Basically, they'll go. You know, when you first stumble upon Tony Robbins, or you first stumble upon Tim Ferriss, or I don't know, whoever your guy is or girl is that kind of gets you to like try and maybe expect more from your life, or to demand more, and to kind of go on this kind of self actualization route. There is a period in time where you kind of get a bit preachy and you start telling your friends about them, how they should start their side business and side hustle, and how they should optimize their social media, and how they should sleep earlier and drink MCT oil and bad coffee, you know, and all that stuff, right? And it gets annoying if that's your friend, because essentially you're all right just living your regular 9-to-5 life, pick up your check at the end of the month, going on a couple of holidays and jamming. You don't need someone to tell you to do all these extra entrepreneurial things, because it's not something that you want to do, right? It's something. Usually most callings in life are callings because they're things that you can't imagine not doing, right? If you don't do them, you'd rather die, right? It's that kind of idea. Like, that's a calling. You want to play an instrument, be an artist, do this occupation. It's something that you feel really passionate about. So when some of your friends decide to kind of go on this self-help or self-discovery path, and they suddenly start telling you about how you should change your life, it kind of be like, shut the fuck up, man. Like, you know what I mean? We were just out in fucking Dawson the other day, do you know what I mean? Getting fucked up on shitty drugs and hanging out and talking shit to random people, and now all of a sudden you want me to go and, I don't know, practice Muay Thai in the morning because you suddenly decide you want to become the world champion. It's like, no, leave me alone. And that tends to happen quite often. But that journey is, it's a personal journey. You do it on your own, you carry on and everything goes okay. But I knew Kanye was losing the plot when he started to do this whole personal journey thing, and then started to be a little bit preachy. And this is a good example of it. This conversation with Kim, even though it's a marriage thing, it's a standard conversation debate you'd have with your partner, it's not that big of an issue. It is probably a good indication of just where he is now in his spiritual journey. And maybe in the future he will become a little bit more reserved, and he will just let his actions speak louder than his words, and he won't be that annoying guy at the dinner table telling you about how Jesus Christ's salvation saved him. And I'm only saying this, right, from a point of view of someone that's actually been to a church. I was going to a church 3 times a week, sometimes 4 times a week in the summer, between the ages of, like, I don't know, was it 12 or maybe 11 to maybe like 23, 22. I was going to church every single week, right? KICC, Kingsway International Christian Center, one of the biggest churches in the UK, maybe at the time the biggest church in the UK. Used to be around Hackney, where the Olympic Park is, right? So that whole area for me now is like a complete mindfuck, because I remember going there and that used to be where our church was, right? And the market would be there. There'd be a dog tracks there, like just a nutty place, the big bus center station thing, garage. So I'm used to the hypocrisy of church people, and that's the reason why I stopped going, right? This idea that somehow your salvation was only going to come through you for the actions of this man that was, no different to you. There was no difference between you and this guy on stage, but somehow he had the divine word and a divine message to tell you in order for you to get to the next level. Kind of a little bit Scientology, but not really. Of course, I'm not going to disparage Christianity in that regard, but it was a little bit like, what the fuck? Like, why do I have to go through you to get to the next stage? Why can't I just like cut you out, cut the middleman out, and go right to the source? And then I kind of started questioning my faith. Some madness happened in our family and inside the church that we were in. I went my own way. My dad went his way. He started going to other churches. My parents went to other churches. And now my parents go to church mostly. My brothers don't, but I don't go at all. But there was a period of time where I was like really questioning my faith. I was like, what the fuck? I wasted all this time going to church. Just really getting a bit, kind of leaning into the atheist lane. But what kind of actually restored my faith and restored my Christianity to some respect is that I went to Catholic sixth form, right? St. Bonaventure sixth form. I didn't go there for secondary school. I went there for sixth form only, so I was an external student. So a bit tough to get acclimatized there. Most of the people that went to that school were from the area. What's the other school that's near there? But anyway, most people were from the area, were well known in the area, blah, blah, blah. So it's quite hard to kind of get adjusted there. Finally got adjusted in the first kind of Catholic church session we went to was there. My first time ever been to Catholic church was through St. Bonaventure's, and we went during, I think it was Easter, where they put the chalk on your head. Is that the chalk? I think with the charcoal. I don't know what that meant to symbolize. I think it might have been Easter, right? Resurrection. So we went there for that, and that's when I realized that whatever they're doing in Black Christian Baptist churches or evangelical churches isn't what I doesn't represent what Christianity is overall, right? Christianity has different facets, of course. Don't get me wrong, I'm not that ignorant, but the approach that they had in a black evangelical church was completely devoid of any, for me, genuine quest for spirituality, spiritual awakening. I don't know, forgiveness, enlightenment. It was devoid of all of that. It just seemed like a transaction. You were going there, especially during the IGOC and stuff. You get preachers coming in and telling you, you got to buy this book in order to become a millionaire, or buy this book and this will get you a new business. Buy this book, and all these prosperity messages that were just fucking complete garbage, and just preyed on people that were going through bad times, that were maybe in financial strains or family strains, especially African families too. There's very rarely you'll find an African family that doesn't have some kind of chaotic, really crazy, mad family drama that's to do with money, that's to do with weird shit. I guess every family has it, but there's a very weird relationship with like money, faith, fucking black magic and juju and all that shit. There's always something going on funny. So a lot of black people seek salvation through those places, because the realities of day-to-day life are so fucking hard. That's why I sound so stupid for my parents. Still going to church, and I don't really take a piss out of it, because their life has been so difficult. What they've had to go through, their families, the friends of friends, like it's just been so, even just to get adjusted into the country, like coming to England, right? I don't know when they came, what was it, the early 90s or late 80s? Like it's just fucking difficult, man. Like there wasn't that much unity in the black communities, right? You're getting flipping Caribbean people like throwing shit at you and stuff, and you're getting chased out of your own community by EDL and BNP guys and shit. It's just a weird time to be in England. So imagine coming here with no English and trying to adjust. It's just a weird thing. So I get Christianity kind of saved in that regard. Anyway, went to the Catholic church, had a good time, and I saw what an actual service was meant to be. The preacher the pastor or whatever. What do you call them? Do you call them a preacher, a pastor? I don't know. That was doing a sermon in the Catholic church. It was just 40 minutes max. The service was maybe an hour. We're in and out. Nice wholesome message. Made you reflect on a week. It made you, it kind of like took you out of yourself. It made you kind of appreciate your position in the world and how insignificant but significant you were. The place that you played in the whole world, how you could be of service to others. It just felt really encouraged. I felt relieved. And I didn't have to like give him any money. I didn't have to stand up and jump and shout and do some fucking dance and shit. All I had to do was just, be attentive and listen to this person talk on stage. That was it. And I went away feeling, oh wow, this is what Christianity is meant to be about. But then when I see Kanye West doing this sort of stuff with Kim, I think to myself, this is not the Christianity that I am aware of, right? Suddenly now, the wife that you married, who, is Kim Kardashian. He's not marrying, I don't know. He's not marrying one of these modest fashion YouTubers, right? He's not marrying one of those kind of girls who have a very particular or a very specific point of view, a very particular specific way of looking at the world. So if that girl that you married on YouTube, who's a modest fashion girl and has a hijab on, suddenly becomes, Black China overnight after marrying you because she's got the money and access, fair enough. You've got a reason as a husband to kind of, hey, what the fuck's going on? Like, I didn't marry for this. Why have you changed this person? But it's Kim Kardashian. Her whole image, her whole empire has been built on her sex appeal. She's kind of segued it in now into law degree and all that sort of stuff, and a lot of prison reform stuff. But for the most part, that's her whole appeal, sex appeal. You've got with her because she's sexy. That's the whole thing you've got with her, right? So to suddenly now turn around and say this is kind of making me uncomfortable, for me it kind of reeks of a preacher sitting him down and saying something or putting something in his head. I think so in my opinion. I'm not sure what you guys think, but it feels as if like this is something a preacher would say to you, and then you would kind of be like, yeah, you know what, my wife is dressing a bit slutty at the moment. It's like, bro, it's your wife, man. Stand up for her, you know what I mean? So here's a video of him saying it, but it just made me think like this guy's I don't know. Again, I'm happy to wear the shoes, I'm happy to go to the concerts, but anything else to do with Kanye, in general, when it comes to points of view and stuff outside of music and outside of anything creative, I can pass on it. But this is just so many lows, and the hypocrisy in this is just amazing. So here's the video from the Shade Room. I'll just play it now for you guys. You can hear it from audio, I think, for you guys listening via the podcast app. Hopefully hear it loads. Come on, there you go.
Give me really bad anxiety. What are you talking about?
Why is that giving you anxiety to say that?
Because you knew last night I was having really bad anxiety, and I don't need any more negative energy for you to now say that you're not into me wearing a tight dress.
You are.
So when I first saw this video, right? When I first saw his video, I was actually criticizing Kim. was like, what the fuck, this Kim girl is so annoying. Because I only saw the bit where it says, you're giving me so much anxiety now. And obviously, you know, we've all heard that phrase from girls. I think Crystal Lee has a really good bit about it where he goes, oh my God, I've been running around. I'm just so tired. I've been all day just running around, right? It's just like that crazy thing. It's like, what are you running around? It's like when you watch YouTubers, especially girl YouTubers that are hot girls that have like, oh, day in my life. And like, oh, I get up in the morning, answering emails. It's like, they make it sound as if like they're, you know, they're digging a ditch in the street or something. But you hear that phrase, and it's like, oh my God, you just give me anxiety. Like, oh, come on, get over yourself. Anxiety. But then you watch the video, like, yeah, it is anxiety. You're going to the Met Gala, right? Kim Kardashian has had a very fraught relationship with the Met Gala, with fashion in general, right? It's only in the last few years she's suddenly been accepted into kind of the fashion circle, which is, you know, annoying to say the least, because, you know, the people in the fashion circles for the most part are just, you know, bench players trying to pretend like they're A-star players. She's the one that's been actually dedicating and pushing things in fashion, but these fashion industry people are like kind of poo-pooing her, making her seem like she's not of the culture or doesn't know anything about this. It's just annoying, isn't it, right? And she probably buys more fashion than any of these editors that talk about her in a disparaging way. She suddenly gets accepted into it. So she's very aware, in the same regard as, like, I think Virgil mentioned it when he did his Nike collaboration, that he was very aware that the amount of people that are out there that don't really like him or don't really like the way his career has kind of panned out, how successful he's become over a relative short period of time, they're kind of waiting for him to fail. So, and obviously sneakerheads are the most, you know, I don't know, the most opinionated fans out there for the most part. So if his collection would have been trash, he would have not heard the end of it. And I think he was very aware of how much damage that could have done to his overall, not say brand, but maybe reputation, maybe immediately. It might, but he was very aware of how much it could hurt him. So he went to make sure he hit at the park, and obviously the Nike 10 collaboration with Virgil was sick. And I think Kim is very aware of that too. She knows that she's only one bad outfit away from being cast away as like, oh yeah, see, she's just a valley girl, doesn't know nothing about fashion. She's only one, even though she dedicated her whole life to fucking image creation and fashion and consumerism and materialistic lifestyle, right? She's dedicated her whole life to that, right? She's basically an expert, a world-class player in kind of, you know, making sure you look really good on social media. I've seen some pictures. You see pictures of them online sometimes. You're like, surely they can't look at this in real life. And then you meet someone that actually meet them in real life, and they're like, yeah, they do look at that in real life. And then you see a video shoot of her, Kim, in like no makeup for like Vogue Turkey or something. You're like, ah, okay, cool. There's different levels. We're just made different. You know, you look at someone like Brock Lesnar, you're like, oh, Brock Lesnar's not like me. Kim is not like me. Right? They're both in the different realms. But I saw a video first. I was like, oh my gosh, she's comparing about nothing. And I saw, I'm like, you know what? Actually, Met Gala is a lot of pressure. Then you got your husband sitting across from you telling you suddenly now, after he suddenly decided that he's a Christian because, oh, he looks in the mirror and says, oh shit, I'm black. What's the best way I can recover from this scandal? Christianity. He's now suddenly trying to tell you that you should be dressing up modestly. I was like, what? Imagine Kim Kardashian modest. Like, what the fuck would that? I'm sure she'd probably kill it still. But come on.
My wife, and it affects me when pictures are too sexy.
You built me up to be this like sexy person and confidence and all this stuff. Yeah. And just because you're on a journey and you're on your transformation doesn't mean that I'm in the same spot with you.
Thank God you said that, right? He's like, I'm your husband, even maybe. So thank God she said that. That was a brave, to be honest, of her to say that too, because I assume in that position, especially with Kanye on his spiritual journey, you can feel a little bit, let's say guilt. You can get guilt tripped into doing things you don't want to do. And I'd imagine being in a relationship or being in a marriage is a whole different level. There is a part of you that's like, you know, you're a team now. You become a family. You've joined names. You've swapped flipping DNA and created a human, right? It's like this different level of like cooperation or collaboration. Sometimes you want to maybe, it's like, you know, you hear stories a lot about, especially parents, maybe our generation of parents that were born maybe in the 60s, 50s, 40s. You know, there is stories of like, you know, your dad or your mum putting their career or their dreams to one side in order to kind of raise a family, right? It's just a standard thing they have to do. They have to just look in the mirror and say, look, I can't be a drummer. I can't go on tour with his band. I can't be an artist or a poet. I can't go and pursue a law degree because I have a child. I have to feed it. So I'm just going to go and work in the supermarket, work my way up and, you know, keep it moving. So there is maybe that pressure even nowadays, even though, you know, the marital balances for the most part, especially in rich and successful people, is a bit more even, especially nowadays. You'd think that, you know, but there's still that pressure maybe to be a little bit like, you know what, maybe he's right, you know, especially with some people in the comments, you know, there's a common thing that people retort back at Kim is like when she posts naked, oh, you got kids, you got kids. So maybe it could play in your mind. So for her to say that to someone that she actually loves and say, no, look, I respect your lane, but don't now impede on mine, is a good response. But also it goes to show just how much full of shit I think Kanye is at the moment. I think he's saying the kind of things I had heard in church. People, were speaking upon. Like if some person went on a fucking 17-day fast and they suddenly got a new job, they would be going around and telling everyone that would listen that they should go on a 17-day fast too. Not knowing that, number one, that might have been their journey. If you believe in Christ or you believe in any sort of spiritual salvation, that might have been their journey that was set out for them. Number two, it might just be a coincidence that they happened to go on a 7-day fucking fast or hunger strike and suddenly their dreams became true. You know what I mean? But they're equating two things as a reason why they got the other thing, when really they could be completely separate issues. And then they're trying to then tell you to do the same thing too. It's like, no, that works for you now, but also it's a journey. It's the word to it is a journey. If your journey is now, my journey might be later. It's not something you need to do right away. And it's like I get, it's probably the same feeling people get when everyone's talking about Game of Thrones, right? Remember? Oh, Game of Thrones, watch this, Breaking Bad. You watched it, you haven't watched Breaking Bad, yo, you're an idiot. And he's like, no, you know what, actually, I'm not going to watch it now, right? I'm not going to have you guys forcing me into watching stuff just because now suddenly what, I'm not a cultured or I'm not a enlightened person because I haven't watched this fucking TV series. So you then have a reaction of like, you know what, I'm not going to watch it. Maybe the same sort of thing in Christianity happens too. In my regard, I think that probably happened because, I got forced to go to church every day. Or the days that I didn't want to go, I got forced to go, right? On a Sunday, you'd be like pretending to sleep in bed and your dad would fucking open all the windows and, turn on the lights and start playing fucking gospel music at max volume, and then you'd have to just go in it by force. It's just, hated it.
So.
Okay, all right, cool.
He's such a baby, isn't it? I like it. It's a baby, maybe mature thing at the end. All right, okay, cool. It's a baby thing, but it's super funny. Mature, maybe mature too in another garbage. When the arguments, he just bopped out like a child. Okay, all right, cool. So let me hear that play again, please. Please let me hear that play again.
Absolutely ridiculous. Give me really bad anxiety. What are you talking about?
Why is that giving you anxiety to say that?
Because you knew last night I was having really bad anxiety, and I don't need any more negative energy for you to now say that you're not into me wearing a tight dress.
You are my wife, and it affects me.
Just trying to get emotional about it. So you are my wife.
You built me up to be this like sexy person and confidence and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And just because you're on a journey and you're on your transformation doesn't mean that I'm in the same spot with you. So.
Okay, all right, cool.
That will never get old. All right, cool. Kanye is a legend. Even in these moments when you don't meant to like him, he still provides you with absolute low moments, man. I fucking love the guy. I can't help it. I'm sorry. He's our Morrissey. I keep telling people he's the hip hop Morrissey. I don't think hip hop has had a figure like him yet, or has had many questionable figures. Like, electronic or quote unquote white music has Moby. You have Morrissey. You have Metallica after the whole Napster thing. What else you have? You have maybe James Murphy, LCD Sound System. People don't like him. He's a bit of a snobbing up his ass. Like, there's people in electronic music or in indie music that people don't necessarily like, right? That they kind of Bryan Adams. I don't know, there's personalities, but hip hop doesn't really have him, right? And this is suddenly we've got one. We've got Kanye West. He is our Morrissey. Like, finally, we got a divisive figure who's a fucking genius on that music board. Absolute genius at making trainers, genius at making clothes. But when it comes to political views, when it comes to this stuff, nah, man. Oh, absolute legend. But yeah, big up Kanye. What can you do? But, of course, with all things Kanye, there's a yin and a yang. I just see now reported on Hypebeast images of a new Yeezy 700s. Basically, the Yeezy. At first, I thought they were called the Yeezy Wave Runner, but I was assured by a friend that actually the model was a 700 and the colorway was Wave Runner, which makes sense because it'll look more like waves, right? But it's probably my favorite shoe out of the whole Yeezy collection, the Yeezy 700s. I think maybe it's a controversial decision. I think my top 3 Yeezy shoes are probably the ones that aren't the most popular with most people. I think number 1 would be the 700s. Number 2 would be the 700s. Number 2 would be the 950s, the Yeezy 950 Moon. Remember those Moon Rock boots, right? Let's see if I find them. Yeezy Moon. Remember these? Boots. Is it boots? So I can find them. Yeah, these ones. So or I don't know, 950s. I don't know what they're called. So these will be my favorite Yeezys. I'd say these, the 700s, Moonrock, and maybe the original 900s. The 900 one, the strap on the front, the 900. Let's see, is that the one? Yeezy 900. I think it's 900. Is it 900? Yeah, that one. So those are my. Or is it 950? I think it's 950, isn't it? That one. Oh, 750. 750. Okay, 750. My bad. So my favorite Yeezys. The Yeezy Boost 700s, the Moonrock boots, the 950s, and then the 900s. Those are my favorite Yeezys so far. Or what is that new? 750s. Sorry, those are my favorite top 3 ones. But for me, the 700s are my favorites, and they have another iteration, which I'm assuming is going to be the version 3, because the first ones I've got the Wave Runners, and you got the V2s. And then there's I don't know if they changed. There's a model in between, because after the Wave Runners, there was another model that I've got in the taupe that's got the elastic on the sides of the tongue. So I'm not sure if that's another version or just like an added feature. But anyway, the new 700 follows the new mold or shape as the V2s, but instead it has a kind of 700s blazing on the side of them, which people probably might not like, which I'm a big fan of. I think it's probably the first Yeezy that they've got an actual big logo or big number on the side. Most Yeezys have like a pattern. They don't really have 3 stripes on them either, or they're quite subtle with the stripes, usually like a 3M thing. So this may be the first Yeezy they've done so far that's got an actual, or maybe no, the 350s, right? With the kind of numbers on the front. They might be ones that's got a big logo on the front. So maybe anyway, but not a lot of them anyway in general. But I quite like the look of these ones. I think they look really cool. Yeezy 700, there's a color, so the Hypebeast article about it now, pricing details about the Yeezy 700 MNVN. There's a colorway in black and orange, which look really cool. So this article from Hypebeast is the following series of teasers. We now have some rough price details about Adidas Boost 700 MVN, previously known as a Yeezy Boost 700 VX. The latest model is set to debut in a sleek triple black, which I'm a big fan of. Look, of course, I love our black shoes in the orange, kind of like high vis sort of colorway. So if all you high vis pretending to be workmen out there could probably be happy about that. Kanye West has revealed that the upcoming shoe was designed by legendary footwear designer Christian Tressa and current Yeezy design director Stephen Smith, who both worked in Reebok in the early 90s. The Yeezy Boost 700 features a padded tongue. Okay, cool. What did that guy design? This Christian Tressa. That's quite cool, man. I'm eager to see what these shoes are going to look like coming forward. Let's just get that search up on there and get the screen off and just check what they did. What did Christian Tressa do back in the day? Oh, he designed the Air Max 97s. Fuck off. Shit. This guy's a G. All right, cool, man. He designed the Air Max 97s. That is nuts. All right, Christian, mate. Okay. So there he is, footwear. Okay, he's a legend, of course. This is the #1 shoe in Italy, isn't it? Basically, isn't it? The #1 Italian shoe. He designed it. That is insane. Wow. Yeah, so this is the Nike Air Max 90. So imagine designing this out of thin air. This is the reason why I don't have any real time for designer shoes apart from Balenciaga shoes. Of course, anyone wants to give me some Balenciaga shoes in the UK 10, holla your boy. But I don't have any. That's why I don't have any sympathy with sneaker designers that work in designer or luxury houses, because for the most part they just do the lazy thing and copy legendary designs, models or shapes or silhouettes from the big sneaker brands. They don't necessarily innovate. And I guess if you had all the resources in the world, all the money in the world to actually make a shoe, get it tooled and manufactured and just really go ham, why wouldn't you try and go crazy? Because imagine that 97 that I got here on screen, so there's an illustration of it here in black and white, was made out of someone's head. Someone designed the Air Max 97, just sitting there thinking about what shoe could look like. That's just insane how cool that is, man. Like, look at that. That's just so cool. He designed the Air Max 97. That's insane. So that's a shoe that he designed for Kanye. Here's him standing with who's that dude again? That footballer, right? With a pair of Reebok shoes. I love that the Reebok shoe boot somehow on the kind of sign is the wrong way around, so it should be facing left to right and it's going right to left on the boots. I wonder why they did that as a design choice. But yeah, Air Max 97, he designed this other Reebok here that's a very popular too. I forgot the name of that Reebok there that people have a lot of time for. But yeah, okay, legendary designer, man. That is amazing. I think if you design just the Air Max 97 on its own, you're probably worth your hourly rate, 2 times over. But yeah, the Nike Yeezy 700 MVM, when they're due to come out? Any release date here? Not so far. About £220. Probably the most expensive. The most expensive? They are the most expensive, right? Apart from the desert boots as well. Desert boots are my favorite too, Yeezy collection. But yeah, check those out. These are going to be out very soon. All black and also in safety orange. I can't wait to see what they look like. Again, just if you're not familiar with it, it's basic 700 model V2 without all the kind of external padding on the outside. It might be a one piece, I'm not too sure. And then it's got the 700 kind of written on the side there in Yeezy font. So yeah, quite a cool shoe that he's going to bring out. Again, you know, all the bad things I said about Kanye before, I'm still gonna buy those shoes. Hypocrisy. Next on the list here, we have Ebro responds to the 6ix9ine report. Oh, Ebro. You know what Ebro reminds me of? Thinking about it now, Ebro kind of, or you know what? Someone reminds me of Ebro. Logan Sama. Do you remember when Logan Sama had that show on Kiss 100 and he was going on as if like his radio Kiss was basically Hot 97. He'd only want to get up established artists when the grime scene was like, you know, not what it was today, or the UK rap scene wasn't what it was today. There was probably only 5 artists he could legitimately bring up on there who actually had record deals or who had songs charting in like, you know, the regular charts. And he'd kind of go on as if like his radio station was the major leagues, right? And he did it in a way to maybe cultivate a scene and to have some sort of hierarchy and to, I don't know, develop artists, whatever it was. It just smacked of hypocrisy. It just smacked of indignation. It just smacked as if like he didn't think his own shit stink. He just got too big for his breeches. He got a bit of a big head at the time too. I have to also give a disclaimer. I was really young at the time. I was on the forums and he was on the forums and he came across really bad on the internet forums. It kind of happens sometimes, right? Because remember, this is before social media. People having to interact with each other that way, right? So this big dude who has this amazing radio station, a big platform, is talking to spotty, dusty kids like me in my bedroom who are like, you know, angrily typing away whilst we wipe away fucking crumbs of hot dogs off our mouth that, you know, he shouldn't be on there and he should let so-and-so artists on. So maybe he just thought, you know what? Because you're asking for it, I'm just not going to give it to you. But he did come across like a huge dickhead, right? And then it was no surprise that after a few years, you know, his radio station went away or his radio show went away and he's not really, you know, I don't know what he's doing nowadays. I haven't checked for Logan Sama in a while, but Ebro reminds me a lot of him, right? And Ebro even more so because I feel as if like I have sympathy for Ebro because I think he's very aware of how quickly his job or his relevancy can disappear in one moment. So in order to kind of hold on to it, he's got 2 options, right? He has to play this kind of like villain role. And he also has to kind of establish some kind of gatekeeper responsibility or whatever it may be, right? This kind of like intrinsic need to kind of be the bastion and to kind of fight the good fight for hip hop. When in general, he's just trying to make sure he's able to provide for his family, which I don't have a problem with. But, you know, it's just annoying to see it overall. But I think the thing that's really helped him is that he's in New York. And if you know anything about hip hop, you'd know that all the record labels are based in New York. The biggest station, quote unquote, in the industry is Hot 97, which is not really, it's probably Power 105, maybe Pacific The Breakfast Club. But, you know, in terms of like cachet, in terms of reputation, all the people in that building of Hot 97 are very well regarded in the industry. They're the ones that quote unquote make the songs go boom and whatever it may be. So he has a very fortunate position where by proxy he works at Hot 97, who happens to be situated in New York. And also it's no coincidence that he's also kind of married up and got buddy with Apple, who are very kind of, you know, who play a large role in ensuring certain artists get certain places and maybe kind of, you know, engineering the scene to go where they want it to go. It's a very weird conspiracy theory, but if you know, you know. So I get it. But this 6ix9ine thing for me represents just how just how disconnected, or just how like disconnected, just how unaware of what's actually going on these guys are with 6ix9ine and stuff. Because I guess 6ix9ine, yes, don't get me wrong, he's not I'm not gonna die on the 6ix9ine hill or anything, but I think what he represents is just this idea that in nowadays, there is such a thing. Hip hop has gone so global, it's become such a big pop music that an artist like 6ix9ine can essentially rap and supposedly, you know, tell on all his co-defendants and his crew and his friends, ruin people's lives. Who, you know, it could be argued that they ruin their own lives by taking part in illegal activities. But don't get me wrong, when you dedicate yourself to that kind of lifestyle, you do sign an, you know, undeclared oath that you're going to, you know, remain quiet and you're going to, you know, honor the crew. You're not going to snitch. There is an unwritten code there. So you kind of, you know, rejected all of that. And it's a code that we're all aware of. We watch enough movies. We watch enough CSI Miami to know snitching and ratting on your people or telling or phobbing your friends isn't a good thing. But we're in a point now where we have to realize that hip hop in general has got so big that there are some artists, for the most part, can get away with absolute murder. Like, you know what Donald Trump said, that he can stand in Times Square, shoot one of his own, you know, what you call it, protest whatever fans, and no one will give a shit, right? That's true, because there are so many fanatical fans out there, so many people who are ride or die this artist, that no matter what they do, they're not going to be affected by it. Their person's always going to have a career. It's very hard to kind of lose or not have a career in music if you're willing and able to make tunes, you're willing and able to collaborate, you're willing and able to kind of perform and go and tour. It's very hard not to get fans, right? You can, once you have fans, your fans are there for life. You have to look at someone like Joe Budden, right? He quits music and he's able to kind of segue those fans into podcasting. That happens. I'm sure some music fans fell off, but for the most part, most of the fans that are listening to his podcast are fans of his music as well. So they're very aware of his humor, very aware of his kind of point of view, blah, 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 blah. So with 6ix9ine, even though, just put aside of what he's done and who he is, it's no surprise he's going to be able to come out and demand such a high level of attention or a high level of interest. Because on paper, he was one of the biggest artists before he went to prison. He's still in demand now. He still generates lots of clicks. I'm sure some of the people in record labels are very familiar with places like Google Trends and stuff, and are watching the spikes in engagement when the news comes out about him. So if he does get another deal, it's so what? Do you know what I mean? It doesn't affect anyone else. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't affect you. If I don't agree with his decision to rat in his friends, and I morally have a really strong conviction against it, you know what I do? I vote with my feet and I just don't buy his stuff. Like, I fucking hate the people that do Palace, right? I think they're all wankers. So what do? I don't go and talk about it too much. I just don't buy the stuff. I don't support it. I don't click it. I just keep it moving. That's what I do. My own little thing. Because I have something against these people. But I don't understand this need to kind of publicize your discontent. And also to say, we're banning it. It's like, what the fuck are you banning it for? I'm not going to tell my friend not to wear Palace if he wants to wear it. You can wear it. I think it's shit. I'm going to spit on it. But you can wear it. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to tell you not to wear it around me. I don't care that much. But to have this idea that you want to ban it is weird. So now Ebro's responding to that report that supposedly TMZ said that Hot 97 were going to ban, not going to play 6ix9ine's music unless he made a banger. Now he's come out and said, oh, that's not true. You guys are capping, blah, 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 blah. So let's see what he has to say on the thing. But here's an article from Complex News that talks about it. But let's hear it from the horse's mouth, because I haven't actually heard what he said. So let's kind of just play it now, and then we can kind of talk about it on the other side. Let me get it up on here so you guys can see. Let's see. This is his response to it. That's what he has to say about it. Now I can react to it. Reaction videos from Agostinho.
So all that big willy talk, hop, you're playing yourself. You're playing yourself. You're playing yourself.
Okay, go. Come on.
Sick, man. If you acknowledging this other Christopher they talking about today, you know what we have for you.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yo, and if your kids get school off today and they're like, oh, Columbus Day, and you're not taking the time out to tell them who Columbus really was.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You gotta tell them, man. Murderer. Terrorist.
Murder.
I know he's joking, but imagine having the gumption to tell people that they should tell their kids about Christopher Columbus, about him being a murderer, whilst they're going to go play dress up in school. You think that's appropriate? Cool.
Terrorist. Absolute terrorist. Can't believe y'all walking in that parade today, man. It's embarrassing. I thought this was a progressive city. A progressive state. You know, they got states around the nation that call today Indigenous Peoples Day.
I hope I get the 6ix9ine, but I don't care about his
People don't like to change names. It's our memories. What are we gonna do with our memories?
All the time.
Man walked from Indianapolis to a suburb in Wisconsin.
Where is it? What's actually talking? There's a clip there.
I mean, these stories aren't funny. Inherently, they're not funny. It's very serious and bad. We have a real problem with child predators in this country and in this world. And now with the internet, their connection to children is terrifying.
Did they even speak about it? Oh, they're just clickbaiting me into
the
this.
idea.
Oh my god!
This dude walked 350 miles.
Damn.
And then got there.
Come on.
Yourself.
Yo, man.
Rosenberg was on your list today.
I think I gotta give it to ourselves.
Wow.
Here we go.
What do you mean?
Hot 97.
What happened?
Well, I went on TMZ this morning. I was sent a link
Here we go.
to TMZ, and the headline on TMZ says
Pierre Rosenberg, the
Hot
voice of the
97
streets.
shunning Tekashi 6ix9ine music unless That headline alone is
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yo, either you're shunning the music or you're not.
It's terrible.
It says New York City's biggest hip hop radio station. Thank you, TMZ. I wouldn't think you feel that way based on the way you post things. Says Tekashi 6ix9ine will get no spins once he releases new music, unless the snitching rapper's music forces their hand.
What did you say about it?
You mean the reasons that we decide to play all music?
Congratulations,
That's
you
how
played
everything
yourself.
works.
I mean,
Flex, Drewski.
Okay, anyway, they don't say nothing about it. It's a clickbait article. I'm sorry for wasting your time. Let's move on. 187 are garbage. I don't really care. And again, I think it just represents the larger society. If you really have a strong conviction against what 6ix9ine did or what any artist does, you know how you voice your opinion? You just don't buy or support their stuff. You don't keep talking about it and complaining and moaning like that Jamil girl with Kim Kardashian and all that flat tummy tea stuff. If you don't like that sort of stuff, just promote your own thing that's more healthy. Promote a healthier lifestyle. Promote people working out, balanced diet. But don't keep badgering on about these people that drink flat tummy tea, because they're always going to exist. Just keep promoting your thing, because no one's going to listen to you. You just get annoying after a while. And it's no coincidence that now she's fucking, Anyway, I'm not going to get into that one. But anyway, yeah, let's go in. Let's go. Next topic. Next topic here. Climate change protesters in Canning Town. Lols! Yo, imagine going to do a climate change protest in fucking Canning Town, right? I'm from there, right? I'm from Canning Town, but maybe, Canning Town / Custom House. I'm from there. Big up everyone that used to live near Hooper Road, right? I'm from there, bro, right? Freemasons Road all day, bang, 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 right? Like, I am from there. I am fucking from there. And imagine going to Canning Town, Jubilee Station, right? DLR Station to go and protest climate change. People there have more to worry about day to day than the state of the climate. I would hazard a guess they don't really give a shit about anything else outside of their own doors. Sometimes one door, because the other door doesn't work. So do you really think they have time to see a climate change protester or even a sympathy towards their protest? No. And you know when they decide to go? These crazy white people, they went there at 7 a.m. Some of them 6 a.m. to go protest, brother. This is some real white rage. This is some real shit. And bare people go to work late. And if you know anything about the London Jubilee line, you know the Jubilee line is probably one of the I hate it. It's my least favorite lines on the Underground because it's slow and it's fucking hot as shit. But it's one of the best lines because it basically connects east to south to West London, right? It's one of the only station that can take you all that route, right? And you can basically walk to most stations from the place that you end up in south or west, whatever it may be, where you're going to work. So it's a very popular route. If you've been there in the morning, you know how packed that station is, from Stratford all the way until maybe to, I don't know, London Bridge, maybe Waterloo. It's fucking rammer, right? Even maybe to Bond Street, it's ram. So for a climate change protest to go on that platform, it makes sense because it's one of the most busiest trains out there. For them to do it in the morning before people's commute on the fucking Thursday, I would be pissed. So yeah, this happened this morning. These guys are fucking nuts, man. Honestly, nuts. But I do rate it in one regard because, to do this, to have this level of conviction about something that doesn't involve you or that you play a small part in is very admirable. But God almighty, man, if ever there's a way to get yourself beaten up, this is the way. Canning Town doing this nonsense. Look at this. Look at this guy standing on top. So this really cool headline, funny headline, someone put on Twitter. We're not in the vegan section at Waitrose, Dorothy, right? It definitely isn't. Canning Town is not Waitrose. I would have to get, there's not even a Waitrose in Canning Town. There's a reason why Fold nightclub opened up in Canning Town, right? Because there's nothing there, right? It's probably one of the rare places that you can get a venue like Fold to exist, right? A massive warehouse space that hasn't been used, bespoke sound. You can have it blaring for as much as you want because there's no fucking residential housing near you apart from maybe Star Lane across the road, which is again blocked out by trains. So if you soundproof your building well, you're basically fine. So these things only exist because of that. Because Canning Town's a fucking dump, right? There are probably more chicken shops and betting shops in that area than there are, I don't know, recycling centers. There might be 2. healthy vegan spots. I can't think of one. Maybe there is a couple now in the new kind of era of Canada. Because when I went to go visit my mum recently, like, you know, I did hear a couple of French, Spanish, Italian accents, and as everyone knows, those kind of people, when they come into a new city, they acclimatize and they then go into, you know, starting new businesses. That's how kind of places become hipsterized or get boosted up or kind of have a new lease of life. So you never know. Someone might have opened up a vegan shop or something, but for the most part, it's just chicken shops. Some African restaurants. McDonald's is open 24 hours. Loads of Paddy Powers, loads of variations of Papas and Dobos and Francos and all those fucking chicken shops that are just derivatives of KFC. There's like a fake Nando's somewhere around there. There's loads of all that sort of shit, right? Basically, everything is covered in oil. Everything stinks of grease. There's betting shops everywhere. People losing their money and playing roulette and all that nonsense. There's charity shops that look like, you know, I don't know. Look like they kind of front for people smuggling. There's loads of debauchery happening in Canning Town, but the last place you want to go climate change is Canning Town, because there's loads of debauchery going on there. And this video is fucking loads. There's a guy basically standing and dancing on the Jubilee Line train. People are heckling him, and people want to get to work basically, so they're basically pulling him off the trying to just throw shit at him. Eventually they pull him off it. And then the other guy on there as well, he thinks he's not going to get away with it. There's another guy running along. Some other fucking Larry or Donald or whatever these guys' names are called is coming onto the train, right? Trevor runs on there. In his grey mild jacket, of course, trying to get this ponytail head environmentalist off the train. Finally gets dragged off there. Look, he's got his little corduroy trousers on, his little brown loafers. Gets pulled off. Hey! Honestly, man, I have so much to be. I love them. Don't get me wrong. Climate change protests, because I know I don't have that sense of altruism or that sense of service or that sense of charity to go out and do these kind of things that don't concern me and that have no real larger impact in the whole climate change debate. But you know, I respect it. Man. To going out in your morning, especially Dorothy or Daniel, whatever your names are called. To go out there and do that, you have to have some level of conviction, and if you've got that to do, then fair enough. There's another video here too. Oh, it is loads, man. It's so funny.
So all that big
Wrong one. Go away. Yeah, I don't have that video. Do I have that video? No, that's it, really. Oh, another one. It's Gary responding to. Oh, it's so funny. I absolutely love this one. I love all these climate change protests. I think they're fucking amazing. Congrats to all of them. Another one at the Dockland Light Railway. This is a quite funny debate actually as they're talking. Hear this guy speaking facts. Exactly. Imagine doing climate change protests on top of a DLR, which is an electric train. It's a driverless electric train too, right? They have a conductor on there that kind of, you know, opens and closes the door. For the most part, it's driverless. So it's probably the pinnacle of environmentalism, right? Or of an environmental alternative to fossil fuels and shit. But yet here these people are on top of it kind of protesting. Hypocrisy exists everywhere, doesn't it, really, innit? Come on, play. Oh, why is it not playing? I don't know.
Stuff like that. And you, I remember your face. I'll find you. You'll be going in the fucking river and Thames right next to Parliament.
Bloody.
You know, fuck what it is.
You can't openly threaten people with their lives, mate, over climate change. That's a bit much, but yeah, it was fucking funny. Check out the videos. They're probably on social at the moment. Extinction Rebellion. You'll find loads of them on there. Yeah, people are crazy, man. Canning Town people don't fuck around, man. The amount of fights I got in when I was young, I got in more fights between, I don't know what age we moved to fucking Canning Town, but I got more fights in that first year than I had gotten in my whole life. Just through pure, you know, pain, man. We're just all struggling. We're all trying to hold on for dear life. No one has any. But maybe, you know what? Maybe we're just fighting for entertainment. You know, we're just all bored. You know, you're just bored. You just start fighting your brother. You chuck him off the top of your bunk bed and start doing moves and shit. It just gets boring beating up your brother afterwards. You know, you just go out and just start fighting strangers, dads, mums, children, cats, dogs. You just fight whoever. Then suddenly someone kicks a ball into the air. You're like, oh shit, we can just play with the ball instead. And you start playing the ball. And when that ball gets popped or gets kicked off in the cage, well, guess what happens? You start fighting again. It just doesn't stop. You just keep fighting. That's basically what happens in those kind of areas. So to go there and to decide to start protesting, gluing yourself to a train, woo, you guys are crazy. You guys are nuts, man. White people out here be wilding, isn't it? That's West London white people. That's those Ladbroke Grove white people that came over. You know those white people that, you know, gave birth to kids that, you know, skate in Palace and wear sovereign rings and wear loafers with tracksuit bottoms. That kind of people, innit? I'm from London, bruv. Like, go fuck off. Choco to me. What? Oh, that's the buffoons. Anyway, not on this here. We have 6th video, yeah? Supposedly Bonobo did a back-to-back with Skrillex. Don't get me wrong. Printworks, you know, you're good clickbait. They had a newsletter go out recently, or part of their promotional email list thing, and they send out those email updates, and they had one titled something about Skrillex, and it sounded to me like, maybe I misread it, it sounded like, oh, Skrillex gonna play at Printworks. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Skrillex at Printworks. I'm very, as much as some people hate EDM, or hate these kind of big room DJs for the most part, I do like to go see the biggest DJs, like those kind of people play, like Tiesto and those kind of dudes. I would like to see them play once just to get an idea about what it's all about, right? Again, it might not be for you, it might not be your taste, but it's sort of like my idea behind going to Tomorrowland, right? I know for sure I won't like the music overall, but I want to go somewhere like that where everyone is so pumped and eager to hear that kind of music and see what it's all about. Get a real, because Tomorrowland, those kind of places are a real accurate representation of what EDM is about, right? The pyrotechnics, the lights and all this shit, cameras everywhere, scantily clad girls, loads of topless dudes, people covered in glitter. It's a real representation of what that scene's about, like what they kind of, the pinnacle of that scene, the kind of, you know, the Mount Rushmore. So it's cool just to go see it, just to, as a music fan, I would like to go see it and just check it out. So when I saw the video, when I saw the email recently, saying that Skrillex going to play at Printworks, I was like, oh my god, amazing. But it wasn't that, it was that he did play at Printworks previously, during a Bonobo set. Bonobo played and he happened to be the surprise back-to-back guest. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea. Imagine taking a really big EDM producer DJ and marrying them up with like a quite quote-unquote underground or maybe lesser known electronic DJ. That'd be a pretty cool combination. And Skrillex and Bonobo are probably more far apart in terms of musical aesthetic, or even in terms of, no, let's say crowd, in terms of fans. You probably won't find a Bonobo fan that's ever listened to a Skrillex track, and you probably won't find a Skrillex fan that's ever listened to a Bonobo track. I don't think so. They don't have any fans that cross over. But the set would seem an interesting idea, wouldn't it? And there's this little clip they pop on the Instagram. Again, it's not a real accurate representation of the night because it's just one little video, but it would be quite fun, I guess, because I remember a lot of DJs say their best sets come off the back of a back-to-back, right? Because you get to play with a big, it's like, especially if it's like a big room guy, girl playing back-to-back with like a underground person. That underground person rarely has, like, you know, big room tunes to play. They're not really about playing bangers. So for instance, imagine getting Amelie Lenz to play back-to-back with like a Gerd Jansen, or Amelie Lenz to play back-to-back with Miss Kitten. That would be a good combination, because one plays massive festivals, the other plays like, you know, really well-known, avant-garde, forward-thinking nightclubs. You know, the kind of like, she has the reputation, she has the kind of cool point reputation, and Miss Kittens and maybe Amelie Lenz is more of the hipster's choice. But they'd really be a good complement to each other in the set. And it looks like from this video that it looked like that for it. Again, for the 1 minute I'm seeing here, it looked pretty interesting. Here's Skrillex and playing back-to-back. Obviously, mad filters and effects from Skrillex, but you know what you expect. But it's pretty amazing. I'm a fan, man. I want to see that. I'm a fan. I'd like to go see that, actually, in real life. I'd love to go see him play back-to-back. That'd be super amazing. But you just got to be thinking, like, imagine seeing back-to-back Skrillex and Bonobo, because they've got no correlation, right? This, Bonobo made this, right? Do you remember Bonobo? Bonobo's fucking an OG. Bonobo made this track. So imagine this track. Imagine the guy that made this track playing back-to-back with fucking Skrillex. Like, very, very strange. But also, I'm very intrigued to hear what it might sound like. Hope you guys can hear this. It's playing in the background, hopefully. The fucking encoding so I can be a bit jittery. But this is... Come on, load! But this is a Bonobo track. It's called Kerala. I'm sure some of you are aware of it. There's literally nothing that melds them together. Even just the first 5 seconds. Like, I don't think you ever hear a Skrillex track that sounds like this from the beginning, no? And then you've got the guy that played back to back with him was this dude, right? Imagine this dude played back to back with Bonobo. It's fucking nuts to think this happened. Stop this. It sounds like nothing alike whatsoever. It's amazing to see personally. I quite like it. I'm not mad at it at all. Like, that don't sound nothing like someone that should be playing with Bonobo, does it? At all, no? Right? Or is it only me? I don't think so. But anyway, I'm interested to see it, man. I'm really interested to see it. That's why I'm keeping my eye out for some of the bigger DJs like Swedish House Mafia. I think Zed is meant to play somewhere recently soon too. Let me pause this actually before it continues. Sorry, it sounds like some bad football compilation that you hear on YouTube. But I'm interested to see it, man. I want to see a big room guy play somewhere. Swedish House Mafia, Z, Bias, all those kind of people play. I know Lone's not really that big of a. He's well regarded, but it'd be cool to see those kind of people play out one time. You can see all the pyrotechnics, see the people in the crowd. They're very, very different kind of crowd. They're very different kind of aesthetic and different kind of demands from the artists as well. All their hands up and shit. It'd be interesting to see, but you know. Again, you say one thing, but are you really gonna pay 30 quid to go and see Skrillex go play somewhere? I don't know. Steve Aoki, not a fan. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that video. You remember Seth Troxler when he went to Tomorrowland and he fucking hated it? Because Seth Troxler hates EDM. He hates Steve Aoki. He was one of the biggest, loudest critics of the whole cake to the face thing. I think Steve Aoki stops it now because someone sued him, right? I'm pretty sure. Or maybe they sign waivers when they walk into the place. But I remember Seth Troxler being one of the first people that fucking hated it, right? Seth Troxler. Let me see if I can find it. Seth Troxler went to Tomorrowland. It was super funny, man. It was funny because he just really didn't like being there. You can see from his face. There's a video on YouTube. It's called Seth Troxler Tomorrowland EDM main stage, right? Look at him. Everything's just freaking him out. Look at the crowd anyway. Look at him compared to everyone else that's there. We don't even look at the same people. Look at him. This guy putting on his t-shirt, he's walking up the stairs. Two dudes dressed in pink. No one knows who Seth Troxler is either, right? I think this might have been the time when he was maybe voted second best DJ in the world by Resident Advisor. This is like, or maybe around that time. This is probably around that time, right? So he's big, he's fucking huge, and no one in that audience knows who he is, and that's what always makes me wonder, like, because you know what I think there's more fans, there's more electronic music fans or underground electronic music fans, people that maybe read Resident Advisor, who know more about EDM artists than there are EDM fans who know about the other side, right? I think so. Like, it's really bizarre to see it. Like, no one recognizes him for the most part. Like, it's just like...
It bothers me.
Look,
listening to bad music. It really upsets me. I've been calling some of that stuff lately sonic ear rape. Sonically raping.
Sonic ear rape. It bothers me. See his face? It bothers me. It really bothers me. Sonic ear rape. Oh, I love it. Look at his face. I'd love to go just to go see him for the jokes, though. I'd love to go just for the bands. But look, there's a drone on a fucking camera swing. All glitter. He fucking hated it, innit? He hated it so much. They're mocking it so bad, but yeah, I don't blame them, innit? It's what it is. I guess if you come from playing at the Berg Island and Grease Mueller and, you know, the school, then all these legendary places, Fabric, right? And then you go to this, you're like, what in the fuck is this, isn't it? Oh, you play at Glastonbury and shit, and then you go see this, you're like, nah, this is not for me, pal. It's not for me. But yeah, Seth Troxler hates EDM, but you know, I don't mind it. I wouldn't mind checking it out and seeing what it's about. Just to go see for the one time. Just to go see for that one time. Next on the list here. What do we have? Oh, Megan Thee Stallion making dreams come true. There's a video of him, Megan Thee Stallion finally giving a guy a lap dance. You know, a lot of these female artists, I'm sure, I'm pretty sure the reason why they don't give guys lap dance on stage because they know, you know, there's a possibility this guy could get a boner, bust all over his trousers, and you're kind of suddenly feeling this patch on the bottom of your dress. It's not fun. It's not cool. But with a girl, got vaginas, you know, you're not gonna feel anything. But I guess feeling a stranger's rock hard boner on you whilst you're on stage performing isn't probably the best look in the world, right? For the person that's grinding on you and for you that's being grinded on. Because I'd always imagine if I ever was pulled up on stage in that kind of fashion, you'd have to kind of make sure sure you know where your exit route is, right? How you stand up. You may have to stand up like that, put your and kind of face away from the crowd so no one sees your boner, and then quickly run off the side of the stage. Like no those hugs people give at the end of the performance. Oh my god, thank you so much for bringing me. Nah, no hugs. As soon as she gets off you just run. You fucking run out of there. Everyone's thinking, oh, what's happened? Like, and then the guys in the crowd will know. They know, oh yeah, he's got a boner. I know, I've been there, man. You got a boner. You know, back in the day in bashment parties, you have to like run away when you finish dancing with a girl. It mixes in because you didn't want her to see your rock hard rod poking out your fucking top man trousers. But yeah, Megan Thee Stallion decided to go away from convention and gift this guy a fucking lap dance. Supposedly he ran on stage or he was going to get escorted out of the scene or something at this concert. This is a headline from Wellstar. I'm not sure if it's true, but this headline here from Wellstar. Hip hop video here. Is it playing? Play. There we go, it's playing. Megan Thee Stallion gives fan a dance of his life after getting dragged by security. Look at that. Oh my god. You still there? Oh my god! Oh my days! Oh my days! Out bruv, that'd be so cool. Now you got a girl off. He's got a V-neck on as well, and you know, acid wash jeans. You got to get off the stage in that t-shirt. With that outfit, bruv, you gotta leave. You gotta leave. But yeah, big up Megan Thee Stallion, man. One absolute legend. Jesus Christ, I'd be like, you know what I mean? Back it up. He's still there. Look, he's still there. Oh my god, he's still trying to dance the other dancers. Oh, okay. I can't do this. Too much cringe. Okay. He's gotta go. He's like dancing at everyone. He's gonna start whining with a security guard. He's like, oh mate, absolute legend. Megan Thee Stallion, you are a bad gal. I like you, man. Well done. Keep doing your thing. But yeah. Oh mate. Anyway, that's an hour, man. I've given you too much content as it is already. 1 hour of content. Thank you again for tuning in. I gotta get off to work now. I'm sweating. I'm probably gonna have to wash my armpits in a sink like I did back in the day in secondary school, and apply some deodorant over my t-shirt and hope I don't smell. But apart from that, hope you guys are feeling well and everything and good and you enjoyed the show. If you have, give me a thumbs up on the video. If you've been listening via the podcast app, why don't you give me a 5-star review? That would be go a long way for people to find the show. If you need any contacts regarding myself, want to check my website, check it out. agostinhozinga.com should be in the show note descriptions down below or in the details bit on your podcast app application. All that malarkey, you should check that right there. See, I said that word again. All that malarkey. Shite. Anyway, I'll see you guys again tomorrow for an episode of the show. Until then, take care, be safe, look both ways, and I don't know, kiss someone you don't know. No, don't do that because you might get arrested. But yeah, see you soon. Bye. Peace.